Welcome to Landlords TV, a production of Landlords New York. This is L&T Time with Michelle. This is the show where you get to hang out with me, Michelle Murato-Itkowitz, and have a cup of tea and talk about the area of law that I've been practicing in New York City for more than 20 years, and that's landlord and tenant litigation. And today I'm honored to be joined by Ilan Kells.
Thank you.
Hi, Ilan.
Hello.
So you're a Landlords New York member almost from the beginning.
Correct.
You're the principal and owner of E.K. Jordan Properties.
Correct.
But
I have a partner, Jason Gordon, that I'd like to mention.
Okay, shout out to Jason. So in addition to the property management, you're also doing brokerage, you also own your own buildings, so you're wearing a lot of hats.
Yes.
And we wanted to start with this question. Landlords New York. I'm associated with them, I talk it up, and here is the disconnect I get, especially from people that are a little bit more mature. So I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
It's a social online network for landlords and property managers. So landlord and property management, that's professional, but it's a social network. So like what's going on there? How is this a social network?
Listen, we're social animals, okay? You know, bottom line, you know, we're not, you know, computer code. You know, we interact with each other, and that's a major element of every business. A major element of every business. Especially, you know, in a landscape like real estate where, you know, it's all about who you know and connections and, you know, depending on, you know, what your profession is. If you're, you know, an investor, you got to know all the brokers. You got to know, you know, all the people that are looking at deals. So there's a major networking aspect to being successful in real estate. Do you have to network? No. But it's, you know, it definitely gives you a major edge.
Do you find you're using the Landlords New York platform for other things in addition to networking? Is it?
No, you know, there's Facebook for that. I mean, well, oh, you mean other services? Absolutely.
Well, I didn't mean to like find a bride yet. But I think we'll probably see our.
We're going to need Landlords New York, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're going to need to get them all together for that. But you know, yes. You know, there's a feature on the site where you can ask an expert a question, and I've used that before. You know, whereas before, you know, you call up, you know, an expert in any field, and they're not going to just give you answers. You know, they're going to want to get paid for it. And I think the value for the vendors is that, you know, they can give some free advice with the idea that, you know, the more involved stuff is going to be at a paid level, and I think that's a great model.
And you know what we're doing with the legal questions anyway? I anonymously put on the blog the answer that I've given to somebody's question, if it's a question that I think other people will have, and it almost always is.
Why do you do it anonymously?
Well, because I don't want to say, you know, like Ilan had this question about.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I say, oh, somebody asked this question.
Got it,
and I put up, here's the answer. And it's, you know, always something about leases or MCIs or stuff that people are asking about anyway.
I love the forum. You know, I get so much information over there. Exactly. I love answering questions, and I love asking questions. And
but
you know,
I think that's the heart of it. You're
correct. It's a very complex landscape, and there's so many things that I think even if you dig all the way deep, it's still a mystery. You know, so you know, you want to know as much information as you can, and we help each other. You know, we're you know, it's landlords, so you know, theoretically people are looking for deals, but
it's a next generation thing, I personally think, because I think that this is with the new influx of younger people and people maybe not chronologically younger but newer to real estate. I think they're more open to the technology and to connecting in this way.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're leveraging that at maybe the cost of, you know, sharing, you know, privileged information, but I think, you know, it trumps it every time, just working together.
At the end of the day, I don't think there really are any secrets. It's just about everybody's learning curve.
Here's the thing, you know, if you know a lot more than the next guy, that's an edge. So, you know, when two people share information and they grow together, you're giving up a little bit of the edge by growing with someone as opposed to growing alone.
I love that. That's good.
But, you know,
it should be easy for you to find like a beautiful wife.
Oh, thank you. Are you single? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I have like I have a list. I'm going to be in touch with you when we're out.
Okay, that sounds great. Am I turning red yet?
No, not yet.
So, yeah, you know, if you grow together, you know, there's New York City is such a big market. There's so much money to be made here. There's so much value to capture. So working together is always going to be the best policy, in my opinion.
No, I love it. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So can you hang around while we do our teaching portion now, and we'll catch up with you after?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so today we're talking about the phenomena of when the C of O does not match the use of the building. So the C of O, the certificate of occupancy, every building has a certificate of occupancy at the Department of Buildings, or most buildings, actually. Some don't have one, they just never got one, but you see that less and less frequently. So in general, almost every building has a certificate of occupancy, and it says how that building must be used. So let's just start with an easy example. Let's say you have a C of O for a two-family house, you have a two-family house, but somebody put an extra apartment in the basement. They put in an extra kitchen, extra toilet, there's an extra apartment there. So there are 3 families living in what is legally a two-family building. The problem here is that the Multiple Dwelling Law 302 says that this is a very serious situation, and that in this case there are 2 things that the landlord may not do. And one is charge rent, so the tenants can refuse to pay rent, and that means all tenants in the building. And the other thing is that you can't bring a landlord and tenant case against a tenant when the building is not being used in conformity with a certificate of occupancy. So this is a very serious situation. On top of that, the building is liable to have fines put against it against HPD, by HPD and DOB, Housing Preservation and Development, and the Department of Buildings. So you get fines on this as well, and then you have to correct it, and correcting it costs money and takes time, and you're in a double bind because at that point you need to get the tenant out to make the corrections, and sometimes that presents a challenge. So my advice here is when you're acquiring a new property, it's very important to do the due diligence and make sure that the building is being occupied in accordance with the C of O. This has really been a ubiquitous process where lots of apartments got broken up because landlords wanted more rent and tenants wanted to pay less. And so you see this in many different size buildings in many different places. But it's a very serious problem, and if you're in an acquisition process, it's something that you really want to pay attention to right up at the front. Ilan, thank you for hanging around and watching the teaching portion of our program, and we would love to have you back, so maybe you'll come back sometime?
Would love to. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you for watching L&T Time with Michelle.